We've got high hopes for this contest with these two fighters. Should be a really good matchup. I'm Todd Grisham. Here we have up against them. This battle, we've waited a long time for this. High hopes for this battle between these two athletes. He's going to loosen things up here. Let's see how he does with this fancy footwork. Good right uppercut. A swing and a miss with that jab. There's not a seat to be had in this arena, Johnny. It's got that big fight feel, doesn't it?
Can you imagine walking into this town, walking into an arena with such nice people chanting your name? You can't even hear your cornerman whispering in your ear. I've been in situations like that where it can be terrorizing if you haven't got your wits about you.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Jab misses. And he scores with the counter. Both men step back for just a moment. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. He is down big time on the score. There's the bell for round two. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in time.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be honest. You've got to be honest. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Good counter punch. They miss with the jab. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Counter shot lands. There's a counter shot. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Appreciate what we saw unless we see it in slow motion.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
Total domination with 10 seconds to go. There's the bell for round three. They barely survived the last round after 2 knockdowns. Let's see what happens here.
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
just have to hurt. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. They both want the knockout. Threw the uppercut, but did not score. To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Let's go with that right uppercut. Well done with that counter shot. He wanted action, and they are delivering. The perfect counter lands. Both want a highlight reel knockout. Right uppercut can't find a home. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. No doubt. Back at it in round 4. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
It's the featherweight division. You're going to see a lot of speed in this fight.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Nice counter shot. That hook won't score. Missed him with that uppercut. They exchange punches. Just misses with that uppercut. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
You've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Catch and shoot. And he misses with that straight left. Punch, counter punch. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, he is glad to... Raise the bell to start round 5. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to cut you off.
Counter punching. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Is he going to punch himself out, though? When are we going to see a jab from these two? Perfect counter shot. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Neither to go to the judges' scorecards. Beautiful counter punch. He threw a punch and can they finish it? How did they not go down?
Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. That bell could... There's the bell for round 6. After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Punch scores. Nice counter shot. That uppercut doesn't land. Nice counter. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
And they figure out the combination to this safe.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than that.
That uppercut can't get through. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Beautiful counter shot. Throws the uppercut, but misses. Counter. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. At this point, you got... And there's the bell for round 7. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
How about that time counter shot? This is a high-octane battle. The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now you're going to find out.
Nice counter punch. Nice counter shot. Misses with the straight left. A perfect counter shot. Caution is being thrown to the wind. How about that time counter shot? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
We hear that old phrase. A big headshot, and he goes down. We have got to see that again in slow motion. At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Good counter punching. Exchange punches. Oh, what a punch. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Just missed with that hook. Those counter punches have to hurt. Big swing and a miss with the hook. Punch. So the final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp.